Well, let's stay with Donald Trump. He did the interview with Fox News yesterday. It was panned by a lot of people as well, unsurprisingly. What did you make of it, particularly that he's continuing to stand firm on his belief that the election was rigged, even though, as you just heard us there, Arizona is now being confirmed. Most of his court appeals and lawsuits have been thrown out. Is it time for him to accept it?
Look, I'm told that he really has come to terms with it, but he feels that on behalf of the 74 million people who voted for him, that he needs to continue to press this case of voter fraud, or at least irregularities, at least the sort of changing of the rules at the last minute in these Democrat cities, or not actually at the last minute, but under the cover of COVID in the months before the election. But the problem is the GOP knew that mail-in ballots were, Donald Trump and Bill Barr, the Attorney General, kept saying that they were prone to fraud. It's a matter of historical record that they are much more vulnerable to fraud. So obviously when you have a huge number of mail-in ballots because of COVID, you're going to be exposed to more fraud. So I think that really these exercises are going to be useful, not in overturning the election result, but in ensuring that this doesn't happen again. And that's definitely a worthwhile exercise. And I'm told that his family, at least his children, are very keen for him to run again in 2024, though I think others close to him don't think that he'll do that as soon as he's left the White House and is starting to play golf and make money again, that the pleasures of being beaten up every day for 4 years sort of wane slightly.
Yeah. But it's a pride thing, isn't it? I mean, he may well want to get back at the system and try and win again. And perhaps, Miranda, if it's not him, it would be Don Jr. I know a lot of people have been talking about Don Jr. as a possible runner in the future. Just finally to wrap up.
Well, he has a lot of competition there. I mean, there are so many great young up-and-comers and even, people like Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State, who are going to be throwing their hats into the ring. But there's a whole generation of Trumpists that are very formidable. And I think that, Don Jr. will have a lot of competition in that sense. And I think Americans are a bit sick of the idea of having dynasties.
Dynasties, yeah. Well, that was to the detriment of Hillary Clinton, as we've seen. We saw quite well 4 years ago.